I want to get my stated program for Baylor women's soccer, and it's only because the chance of making the NCAA tournament is pretty much done now. I mean, the RPI is way too high in a bad way, as in like 60 or above easily at this point. And they finished the season at 9-7-3, and they had a loss today to Cincinnati in the first round. And it was 3-2. They were down 2-0. Baylor climbed back. They scored 2 goals, but unfortunately, after that second goal Baylor scored, they allowed a goal 48 seconds later. You just simply can't do that. So, and I know it hurts to lose in a Big 12 tournament game, but look, this team has improved so much from a year ago. First of all, they made a Big 12 tournament, unlike a year ago. Second, they have more wins this year than of all last year, and more, not just overall wins, but conference wins. In addition, this is the most wins they had in a season since that magical 2018 team. And granted, I know it's not as many wins as that 2018 team, but you get the whole point. The number of wins was a lot better than 2019, 2020, 2021. So y'all get the point on that. They finished, like I said, 9-7-3 and 4-4 and 2 in the conference in the regular season. Of course, if you want to include the Big 12 tournament, it's like 4-5 and 5-2. So, and here's the deal all about this. They gotta have to be better against better teams besides like Nebraska. They should have been better against Cincinnati twice now, with that tie at home in the Big 12 tournament. But you get the point on that. In addition, they should have, if they could have had a win against Texas A&M at Texas A&M, it would have been helpful for the RPI, obviously. And a loss to SMU at home, and it was like 2-1. You gotta do better against the better teams. Besides, you have to do better against Cincinnati, and in addition, they have to be better against like teams like Kansas. Kansas was the second worst team in the conference, yet they had a tie with us. So that's just obvious what they need to improve, and it's not even joking about that on those teams. Besides the ranked teams out there like Texas, BYU, Texas Tech, even yet they defeated a UCF team on the road, and they're the bubble team for the NCAAs. They're getting there. And here's the positive news for this team going forward. They could potentially bring back up to everyone except 3 seniors. And granted, Madison Martin was more of a leadership role. She did not play at all this year, but she played a little bit last year. And Mackenzie Short, another goalie too, she split time with Ashley Zarkle, so she's more leadership role that way. In addition, the only other player gone, and she consistently started, though she got hurt and was out for a bit, was Jenna Patterson. So yeah, they could potentially bring back Ashley Merrill, which would help the team potentially, and Blythe Obar. And Blythe Obar is a consistent starter, so having those two potentially come back would really help us. But we have to wait and see on those. And of course, we don't know about the transfer portal. And of course, right now, I do not know anything about the 2024 class just yet. They haven't announced anything. But out of 31 players, like I said, only 3 are going to be gone for sure. We just don't know about if there's going to be any transfer portal. And I don't know if there's going to be any more. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some additions for the 2024 class, but I'm not sure how many particularly. So the program is headed in the right direction, and I would dare to say let's just build it up for next year, and not just get to the Big 12 tournament, which I do not know how they're going to do it, if they're going to even have one with 16 teams. I don't know how they're going to do it, but we'll know once that time comes, and how they're going to do their conference slate even. Honestly, I would say you got to have more conference. Just have more conference wins for the following year and more overall wins. In addition, I do think this team, in a year from now, has the potential to make the NCAAs again. I really do think there's a path. First of all, BYU is going to lose a lot. Majority of their seniors are fifth year, with the exception of one. So I don't know. And Texas is leaving the conference, and we also need to be better against TCU too. And we only lost that game 1-0, and that was honestly on a foul in the box. So clearly we need to be better against the better teams for the majority of the part. Though we need to be better against teams like Cincinnati and Kansas. In order to think about an NCAA tournament, we can't have ties or losses to those teams. Yeah, I'm just being honest about that, and we all know that. Of course, we don't want ties, period, and get wins instead. Like, beat out Texas A&M, who could make the NCAA tournament this year. I'm just telling the truth. Even Nebraska, we were down 2-0, and we came back and only lost 2-1. SMU could make the NCAA tournament this year, too. But I'm not positive, but let me check on that. On this, and SMU would be 56. They would be kind of in danger for the tournament, but you get the point. Somewhere, an opponent where they're close to NCAA tournament worthy. You have to do better against those type of teams. Obviously, besides the better teams out there like BYU and Texas Tech, and we'll have to wait and see what Texas Tech's roster looks like in a year from now with this best year in program history. So, yeah. In addition, like BYU, like I said, they're going to lose a lot of seniors. 8 of those 9 are grad seniors. So that's going to be interesting how they're going to be in a year. Of course, we know Texas and Oklahoma are going to leave the conference. So that's going to be a little bit easier. Though TCU is going to be interesting because they have a few seniors, but they're going to return a lot. But I don't think there's a team out there that's going to return as many players potentially as us. I mean, 28 out of 31 potentially. Come on. And they're going to go to work in the spring and improve in leaps and bounds. And hopefully they keep themselves healthy too. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's good to see the progress. And they're headed in the right direction as a team. They really are. They're going to get more players in the new system, and the majority of the players this year were first year in the program or not. I mean, first year in the program mostly. I mean, obviously the freshmen. Of course, the transfers we had in the past. Yeah, that's only 1 year at the program. Of course, like not just the transfers this year, but the last year transfers too, and also the freshmen, and even the freshmen of last year too. Yeah, that's just saying something. Of course, we know there are other players that have been at Baylor for 2 years, but not a lot, not a ton of them. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on the transfer portal. And how many other freshmen the Baylor's going to add, or a transfer portal in terms of like how many players they're going to lose, or how many they're going to gain. So, and the scholarship limit for Division One women's soccer. Oh, the maximum of 14, but they'll probably spread them out evenly, or not, like 28 that are half the tuition. So you get the point if you do it halfway, but you get the whole point about this. And I know they're really recruiting from high quality clubs for the future, like 2025, and I know they already got a few, so that's going to be helpful. And I do think they do need to improve the defending position to have more depth. And I also would say the forwards, maybe not. It's more like they just need to work on in the spring to take care of the ball on their own end a lot better and defend a lot better and not lose the ball in the midfield as much. And there's probably going to be open competition. And we only lose only for sure one starter that's consistent all year long. Not to say Mackenzie Short is not a consistent starter. She has started some, but then been a backup for or not played in other games. And same thing goes for Madison Martin as well. So yeah, the future is bright for the team, and we'll have to wait and see. And I know two players got yellow cards in the game today, so I don't know if that's going to affect down the line for next year. And it looks like no, it doesn't. So yeah, that's even better news because 5 yellow cards means suspension. And obviously they're going to try to work on their weaknesses, I would say, in the off season, and I know they're probably going to go out and recruit, and of course continue those strengths and make them even stronger too. So this is just a state of the program for Baylor women's soccer after the 2023 season is over, and I expect 2024 to take another step forward, like potentially NCAAs. That's the ceiling. Of course, you got to win a Big 12 tournament game, and if there's going to even be one next year, I don't know how they're going to do it. But that's a good problem to have because 16 teams and how they're going to do it. We'll have to wait and see. So anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe, and see you guys later on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, the ultimate goal is 1,000 or more. So I can make money off this. Of course, liking a video, commenting a video does really help the channel a lot, like in terms of YouTube algorithm, so more people could see it. If you're watching and not subscribed, please subscribe. Of course, hit the notification bell as well, and sharing the video does help too, so more people could watch it. So this is just an overview of what they did this year, and like I said, they're going to return a lot of production. They're going to. I mean, Jenna Patterson, she only had 1 goal this year on 16 shots, but she also had 5 assists. So that's probably the biggest production lost in terms of the offense. But after that, they're going to return a lot. And let's not forget they had Renee Vargas last year play a lot more than this year, and she was a goal scorer too. So they have enough options. Of course, and Ashley Zirkle, she started like 12 games out of 22 this year. So yeah, a little over half. They're probably going to have somebody, and there's that COVID year still, and then maybe they could get a grad transfer out of this. I don't know, and that's just me assuming Ashley Merrill and Blythe Obart definitely come back to Baylor, by the way. But if they so choose to have their other COVID year, which they did not get honored on senior day at Baylor this past year. So yeah, I would have to think they're coming back, but we have to wait and see. I don't, and all this. So that's all I gotta say.